Okay, let's get started. Here we have the IPython dashboard. What we'll do is we'll go down to the set to 0 notebook. And the first thing I will do is make a copy so that I don't overwrite the original. And let me make this a little bit smaller. It walks you through a few of the basics. Then it shows you the algorithm that we talked about in the video, which sets a matrix A to the 0 matrix one column at a time. Now, we're going to use a routine lav0v, which sets a vector to the 0 vector. And let's just dive right in. And let's go to the Spark web page, which I'm going to open up as a separate window. And the reason why I will open that up as a second window is that I would like to have the algorithm on the left so that I can see what it is that I need to do. So here we have the algorithm on the left, and on the right we have the Spark web page with which we're going to generate a code skeleton. We will start by calling this the routine set underscore to underscore 0. Make sure you get the capitalization correct. This will be an unblocked algorithm. The variant number is going to be 1 because you're going to also create a second variant that sets the matrix to 0 by rows. And notice that we only have one operand because we're overwriting matrix A. So all we need to do is say that we're going to overwrite A from left to right. We're going to march through A from left to right. And A is both input and output because we overwrite it, and the output language is FlamePy. That's right down here. If you now look at the code that was generated on the right, let's move that over. Then you notice some similarities. Okay, so if you did everything right, this code looks very similar to that, except that there is no update. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight everything and copy and paste this into this box here that says insert code here. And now all we need to do is here say that column A1 needs to be set to 0. And for that we're going to call the routine lav0v with that column, and that overwrites that column with zeros. Now we need to execute this box, so we'll do shift enter or shift return. And then we can test whether we did the right thing. And here we create a random matrix A and we print it out. And then we call our set to 0 routine. And lo and behold, indeed everything is set to 0. So now what I want you to do is go and use the Spark web page to create a routine that sets matrix A to 0 one row at a time. So I'm going to take a short break. When I come back, hopefully you've figured out how to do this by going to the Spark web page. Insert the code, make sure that you execute it, make sure that you call the new variant, variant 2, and then see if you get the right answer. All right, I'm back. Now what I do is I go back to my Spark web page, and actually I'm completely set up. Other than that, I need to change my variant number to 2, and I need to march through matrix A from top to bottom. And then I end up with a new algorithm on the right that exposes rows of A. I cut and paste that into this box here that says insert code here. I go up here. Now I need to set A1T. Notice that the current row of A is being exposed as A1T. That stands for A1 transpose. The transpose comes from the fact that it's a row. It's a vector transposed. So we want to set that to 0. Unfortunately, we wrote our routine so that regardless of whether we pass in a row or a column vector, it works. So we can use the same routine to set this row vector to 0. We execute the box, and then we test to see if we get the right answer. And lo and behold, we do. Now, here things get really cute. If you now go and you take this code that you just wrote and you go to this and you click on this link picture frame, you get to an application that one of my former students, a collaborator, wrote. Delete everything that might be in this box. Now, we probably will have changed this slightly by the time you use it, so it may look a little bit differently, but it should be intuitively obvious. You delete what's there so that the box is empty, and now you paste in the routine that you just wrote. And if you now click Next, down here on the left, your routine appears. In red, it will be highlighted what operation is being performed. So now there's an interpreter that interprets what your code does and actually executes the code with a randomly generated matrix here on the right. So the red here indicates that we've just partitioned A into a top part and a bottom part. That puts this thick line here at the top. If you click Next again, you check whether the top part has fewer rows than the entire matrix. If so, you enter the loop. Click Next again, you repartition to expose the current top row. Click again, you set that to 0. Notice that the highlighting in red here. Click again, you move forward. Now you're at the bottom of the loop. You go back to the top of the loop, you check if you're done, you expose, you set to 0, you move on, bottom of the loop, check if you're done, expose, set to 0, move forward, bottom of the loop, check, expose, set to 0, move on, bottom of the loop, check, expose, set to 0, move on, and you're done. So, for algorithms that you write, you now have a way of visualizing what your code does. Now realize that the interpreter for the code that you paste in here is extremely limited. So you can't just go and put any kind of Python code in there. It's going to be very, very restrictive. Anyway, have fun with the other notebooks.